Hello and welcome to the Kanawha Valley Hustlers. This is Joe Justice. I'm at Meetup 64 in Putnam County. I'm here with Carrie. Carrie, tell me, what's your hustle?
So I have two. I work for the state treasurer's office at the Capitol building in Charleston. I'm the assistant communications director, but recently been promoted in the last couple days to acting communications director, which will happen very soon. And so I write press releases. I travel with the state treasurer on press events and set those up. And then my side hustle is a group called Lyra Winterguard. We're based out of Huntington, West Virginia. And that's basically a bunch of kids from Marshall and other areas, high schools, that do color guard. And so they do the color guard portion of the marching band, which is the flags and the rifles and the sabers and the dancers. And so we get a group together. It's independent, and it's a traveling group that like I said, based out of Huntington, and they just do an indoor winter guard program. So it's for the winter season that we're coming up on.
Awesome. So that's probably got you pretty busy right about now.
It is, since they rehearse every weekend. We just had auditions, and now they're getting ready for full-on rehearsals every weekend. And then their competition season starts in about January, February of next year.
Awesome. So before we talk about that a little bit, tell me a little bit more about your day job.
Yeah, sure. So at the state treasurer's office, I'm at the state.
First of all, what is this? What does the treasurer do?
Oh, yeah. So we're the actually the largest bank in West Virginia, and we have a lot of different savings programs. If you've probably heard of Smart 529, which is the college savings program.
I think that's what most people, when they think of the treasurer, they think Smart 529. But you guys do a little bit more than that, right?
We do, and you probably heard of unclaimed property, and we do a lot of those check presentations, whether that be to cities, businesses, individuals have gotten a lot of money back, just that they didn't know that it came from. There was one that I wasn't around for, but right before I got there, it was someone who was an employee at Olive Garden, and they didn't collect their checks, didn't realize they had about $300 in unclaimed property, and then they were able to use that money towards their wedding. Oh, so it's nice to get that extra cash.
So now, whose job is it to give people money? Because it feels like that'd be a pretty good job.
To give people money. Well, we have a really good division, unclaimed property division, that sorts through all of that. And then the treasurer, we print out a big check, and of course it's real money that is returned back to you. But then we go out and we shake hands, we take a lot of pictures. But it's great to be putting that back into something that you may not know you had.
Yeah, I know a lot of, I've seen that over the years with the big checks and everything. That just seems like that would be an exciting thing to be able to do. Yeah. So tell me now, are you going to be doing some of that as you're going to be moving forward?
Yeah, so I've already been doing that. We've been on the road doing unclaimed property check presentations. We had one up in the city of Shinston, and then we had 3 up in Elkins for the Randolph County Sheriff's Department there. And we did one because of our firearms auction we had out over at our Kanawha City warehouse. And we took some of that money, and that money is actually put back into police agencies across the state of West Virginia, which is great. They can get new equipment and update their technology.
Great. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So are you liking the new job so far?
I am. It's very different. I used to work in radio, so I'm very used to this setup of, talking with a microphone in my hand. But I worked for West Virginia Metro News for a long time. I did the morning news with Chris Lawrence. We were on every morning, 6 to 9. And I did that for about 10 years total. I worked out in San Francisco, actually. Wow. At KCBS Radio. I was a reporter and anchor out there, and loved the lifestyle, loved telling stories, especially West Virginia stories. But the hours got to be a little tough. I had to wake up every morning at 3 a.m. and kind of wanted that part of my life back a little bit. And so I went into communications, and so I'm able to still give back to West Virginia and work for the state, but also still work with media that I know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about that. When you listen to morning radio and you get up and you turn it on, somebody has to be there talking, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I was the only one that was writing our statewide news program. We had Chris Lawrence writing our local newscast for WCHS radio, which is in Charleston. But yeah, I came in 3, 4 a.m. every day, and you write for a couple hours, and then you go on the air for 3 hours. And then after that, you kind of transition into a reporter. And then I was the assistant news director. There's a lot of moving parts there, but it's still a big passion of mine for sure.
That's great. So tell me about this color guard thing. What's that all about?
Sure. So I'm sure a lot of you, if you've watched WVU Marching Band Marshall, you see those kids, they come out in their marching band uniforms and they perform the halftime shows. And it takes a lot of work. Yeah. I mean, not a lot of people know it's mentally, physically draining. But I did that in high school, and then I went on to do it. We call it's Drum Corps International, so it's a professional marching group, and you audition for that and everything. But they also have winter guards, and winter indoor percussions as well. And so the color guard portion, those flags and rifles and sabers and dancers that you see, we take those kids and they audition. And so this one is based out of Huntington, and they practice every weekend, and so they do it just as that portion, the color guard portion, during the winter guard season, and they have a 5-minute performance, and they travel across the tri-state area. And we're getting ready for that season, the competition season, with other groups about January to April or May.
Awesome. Well, as we're wrapping up here today, is there anything that you would like to leave our audience with?
Just, when you find that side hustle, stick to it. And if you love it, continue doing it. I mean, I know I do, and it won't feel like work, because what I mentioned before with this winter guard, it's all volunteer. I mean, I don't get paid, and I don't need to get paid, just because I love it so much. And if that's what you want to do, just keep after it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for being on with me today. Thank you for watching today. And this is Joe Justice, the Kanawha Valley Hustler, reminding you to hustle hard, hustle smart, and hustle with a smile.